everyone, welcome to my channel, More Talks, More Conversation. Today I'm going to be discussing my pro-life position. Let's go ahead and get into it. Whoa. Let's bring it down a notch. I know right now in our time that pro-life is totally not what's favored, but I still want to go ahead and discuss what I believe in. I do have a couple of notes here speaking about a controversial topic can sometimes take you into elements where you're not even speaking about what you're trying to defend. Being pro-life does not mean that you are not pro-choice. In my opinion, I believe that there are still other options other than abortion. I am pro-choice on birth control, condoms, abstinence, and adoption. So that's why I say I'm still definitely pro-choice. I do feel like women have the right to do whatever they want with their bodies. But on another hand, when another life is involved or when a heartbeat is involved that is not just their own, then that's where I feel like it is immoral to take the life of another human. The best time, I believe, when you should decide to have a family or when you are deciding if you want to have a child is before you actually have sex. I believe life does start at conception, so before I have sex with someone, I always consider that it is a very high risk of me getting pregnant. I don't think it's actually smart to call it planning when you're already pregnant and then you're deciding and trying to make the decision on whether you want to move forward or not. Of course, things happen. There's accidents. Of course, there's rape and incest. But we're going to cover all of that today, so stay tuned. The first thing that I want to go over is that the word abortion itself is a euphemism, which means that it's basically used to land inoffensive terms that the person or opposing team or user or whatever wishes to downplay. For example, a professional foul is just a euphemism for cheating in sports. The first thing that I do hear in the argument of defending pro-choice and women's rights, this has been a very big one that hit me kind of hard, is that unborn babies aren't human, when in fact a fertilized egg is actually now an independent life. If we found it on Mars, the cells, the tissues, and the weird stuff that's going on at that time, if we found that type of stuff on Mars and whatever, we would consider that life on another planet. We would say that life is sustainable on another planet. I do believe life starts at conception. It may not be a fully formed, developed life because it is a process, but I do believe that is where it begins and it is a life. Within the first 18 days, you actually have a heartbeat of the baby. At 21 days, the circulatory system is developing. After 3 weeks, the brain, the spinal cord, and organs begin to develop. After 4 weeks, you have facial features. After 7 weeks, the baby has toes. In 9 weeks, external genitalia begins if it's a boy or girl. And at 10 weeks, you have fingernails developing. The other thing that I hear also is that it is not a viable life, meaning that it's unsustainable outside the womb. So this would have to, I would say you would have to go and also consider people that are brain dead. People that use machines to stay alive, because technically they're non-viable. It can't sustain itself. It has to use something else to live. The thing is about saying that the baby is not going to be sustainable is that it will continue to be that way for almost about 18 years. I'm pretty sure that that would be for all babies are not going to technically be sustainable outside of the womb. You have to nurture it, you have to take care of it, you have to feed it. If you leave a newborn alone for a couple hours or a day, it would die. It would die. People say that it makes their life more difficult, that they are going to lose out on chances in life, they're going to have to make sacrifices, and that's not something that they're willing to do at the time. I still do not feel like that means you get to kill someone. I still don't feel like that means you have the right to have an abortion because it's going to make your life more difficult. A child is actually what gives life meaning, and all of your priorities go out of the window. Life is about restriction of choice on behalf of responsibility. People like to bring up a child is going to grow up in a terrible circumstance. It's going to have some type of horrific crazy, chaotic life. I feel like that.
Hey guys, quick sidebar here. The pro-choice's solution to preventing a child from growing up in a horrific circumstance is to abort the child. My response to that is we should be figuring out a way to make the child's life as progressive as possible. The child growing up in a horrific circumstance is no justification to kill the child. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean abort the child. I wanted to clarify that because my initial response was just kind of all over the place and didn't really clarify what I was really saying.
I think this may be something that kind of comes from the feminist side. It's just another topic that I've done a little bit more research on, that it's unfair for us women to be having children. I'm pretty sure at this point it's natural law, it just is what it is. That's not something anyone can say that it's unfair. I mean, I covered this one earlier briefly in what I said. The other topic that I hear is that you're restricting women of choice. You're taking away their choices. You can actually either abstinence, condoms, birth control, or adoption. Abortion is just not one of them. I think these are pretty good for logical and very wide range on ways you can prevent pregnancy itself. Just get rid of the whole thing. If you don't want to be pregnant, I feel like there are many ways to prevent that. And then if you do get pregnant, there's women and people that can't, and they would love to have a child. So by using condoms or birth control, I mean, you literally can go out and do whatever you want. You can hit it up 2-3 times in a night, and you wrapped it up, you're safe, you're good. This part is a little bit more touchy on the rape and incest part. I do believe in any state, if we were to only make abortion legal for rape and incest, that the other side of the group would have a huge problem with it. It would then be a justification on putting value on circumstances, is what I feel like would come next. Because someone got raped or incest happened, there could be another person that comes in and tries to justify them losing chances and out on certain things in life because of the sacrifices they had to make due to being pregnant. That's the only thing I can see where it would be an issue if it were legal for rape and incest victims to get legal abortions. To stay intellectually consistent, I would have to say that it does make more sense to make it all illegal for everyone. The thing with rape and incest is that I don't think the evil is the baby in the end. The evil crime that was committed was the rape, or the evil crime that was committed was the incest. I would just think that a baby was the only light at the inside of that situation that was innocent. They're, you know what I mean? I don't feel like I don't think evil justifies evil, put it that way. I don't think a wrong justifies a wrong. I think this may be the most popular that I've seen in the past few weeks since all the abortion laws and everything's been going on. It is my body. Leave my body alone. 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 Yo, sorry. Okay. What we're actually talking about here, the people that are saying, leave my body alone, keep your hands off of my body, we're not concerned with your body, okay? We are concerned on what is inside of your body as far as a independent human life. That's what we're actually discussing here. I wanted to try to make this as plain as possible. So I more than likely will do another video about my pro-life decision and stance on this, my premise and everything, just to kind of create more of an awareness of people that are pro-choice. So don't forget, you guys, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in with more talks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.